Hi, my name is Mona. I'm an artist here in Dubai. I have a background in photography, but now I work with video. In fact, the piece upstairs is my first video piece. I did it 10 years ago, and it was a response to a transitional point in my life. I had moved from Dubai to Montreal to study, and before I moved, I threw away a lot of my old artwork that I thought I didn't like anymore, and I wanted a new change in my practice. And one of the pieces in particular was a film negative. It was of apples that I had tied to string and hung onto a tree, a dying tree, and I shot it at night, and I used a flash, so it had this outer space feeling to it. Later, when I was in Canada, I realized how much I really liked that piece, and I regretted throwing out the negative. And those thoughts carried on, and looking back, they were probably a response to also the struggles of leaving home and the new changes in my life. You know, I tied some apples to a string and was recreating some of that process, but then I also had a channel where I ate an apple and then reversed it, so then it was coming back out of me, and then I looped it, so it was in a cycle. That was a tough one to shoot. I shot that 4 times in a row to get it right, and I had to eat 4 apples in a row, which was really hard. I felt really full and sick by the end of it. I called that piece "She'll be apples," which is an Australian saying for everything will be okay. My work changed a lot since then. So I started focusing more on body movements, and initially it was within sporting events. The piece downstairs is actually one of them from the series. So that one is called Trampoline. What I would do is that I would look at international sporting events, and I would pull out a second or even less of a very small body movement that is really easily overlooked, something very minuscule, usually between 2 actions of something the athlete is doing. And I would pull it out, and I really enjoy editing. I enjoy it more than standing behind the camera. So I would shave off the clip so that it would loop very seamlessly. And I would then put them together and compile them, and so you would see these movements that were easily overlooked coming out and being highlighted with the repetition. And so this piece, Trampoline, is actually from the London Olympics, the 2012 Olympics. And in this case, I was focusing on the trampoline itself. I really liked how when the athlete had their weight onto the trampoline, the edges of it would stretch. You would see the springs, and then you would see this pink, like this fleshy pink hue underneath. I really like the theme of the everyday, the banal parts of life, and the way we move our body every day, and how our limbs start to memorize these movements, even if it's something that we don't think about, such as washing the dishes. And within sports in particular, you know, athletes are practicing these movements daily or almost daily. And I'm really excited by the technique of that, and how with repetition, your body starts to memorize these movements.